Khristina for Redefine Creative, and I am back with another Wednesday project for SpiegelMom Scraps. And this month, Suzanna Lee has issued a sketch challenge online, which she does every month. And the sketch this month has all these circles around the outside edge of a 12 by 12 with a title and journaling in the middle. And so this is a look that I have not tried before. And it's also, for me, if you don't know this about me, I struggle greatly with getting circles on pages. Circles, for some reason, just never seem to like layer up correctly or give me the look that I want. So this was a big challenge for me. And I have pulled out my new July Kill a Kit with Style to use for this particular layout. So I've already went ahead and backed my white cardstock with a piece of Maggie Holmes pattern paper, and it's in like a mustard and pink floral, but just a tiny border of it shows, so you really can't tell that it's a floral. It just brings in those really great colors. And then I've selected 3 pictures that I wanted to use on this layout. So the photos were all 4x6s, and they're pictures of my son and I went on a trip, just the 2 of us, to Washington, D.C. So each one of my kids gets trips or vacations that are just me and mom, where the other kids and my husband stay home, to really give us kind of one-on-one time. And so my son had chosen to go to Washington, D.C. for his trip. And so we were there and visited the carousel on the mall, which was built in like 1947. So it's crazy old and has a really strong history behind it. And so it was something that my son definitely wanted to see and experience. And so I've cut my 3 photos into circles, just like suggested in the sketch. And because circles are something that I personally am not very comfortable with using on a layout, I'm going to stay pretty close to Suzanna's sketch. And so this is a great way to kind of push yourself a little bit outside the box. So if you know there's something that you struggle with in your creating, but you want to work on it, and you want, like, I love the look of circle layouts. It's just something I have a hard time creating. A sketch like this is a really great way to play around with it because it kind of gives you some of the harder design work, and the design elements are already there for you. So all I did is I punched a ton of circles in all kinds of different sizes out of the pattern papers that I had pulled for this Kill a Kit. So if you're interested in which papers these are, you can go ahead and check out my kit share for my July kit. But they're all Maggie Holmes papers, and so they're all from different collections as well. So there's some Gather, some Carousel, some Chasing Dreams, all kinds of different collections. And I'm just mixing them together based on the colors. So I looked for things that had the mustardy yellow color, this a little bit of pale pink, and then this kind of black and white, and then that bluish turquoise color. And I knew that I wanted some musical notes in there just because, thinking about carousels and the music playing in the background, that type of thing. And so I've typed up my journaling to go in the middle of this layout, and I don't have a large format printer, so I just printed it on my regular printer and then backed it with a tiny little border of pattern paper that matches the rest of the layout. And then I'm going to use these thickers. This is the Together font, and it comes in 2 different sizes, so I'm using the larger size. And I'm just going to put the word reflect across the top. And so the reason that's my title, and it kind of goes with my journaling, is that there was this strong civil rights history behind this carousel. And so my son really spent a lot of time stopping and reading all of the information that was around the carousel and talking about how he feels that he's so far removed from the segregation and things that happened in the civil rights movement that he really doesn't make sense to him. So it really doesn't make sense to him why, like, only white children could ride on this carousel. It's something that's just, I love that it's really far removed from his experience level. So it really doesn't make any sense to him. So he spent a lot of time reflecting on what that meant and how that would have felt for kids during that time period. And so he is definitely a deep thinker that way, and he really reflects on these historical places we go. So I wanted to document that kind of thought process that he went through, or the impact that this made on him, more so than just, oh, here's a fun carousel ride, look at us. Alright, so back to the layout. I am still following along basically with Suzanna's sketch. So she gave us 3 embellishment cluster suggestion areas. So one is over there in the top left, one is in the top right, and then one is in the bottom right. So basically she's putting her embellishment clusters next to where her photo placements are, which makes a lot of sense because that's where you want your viewers' eyes to focus, is on your photos. So I am using 3 different sequin mixes. 2 of them were in my July kit, and then I grabbed the one that I also had in my June kit. So I'm working with In Your Dreams, which is that light turquoisey color that matches Maggie Holmes perfectly. The yellow is from Sunny Smiles. That was the June one I used. And then the peach color is from Tropical Breeze, which is also a really great Maggie Holmes mix. So if you're playing with Maggie Holmes collections, I would definitely suggest Tropical Breeze and In Your Dreams. And the links for those and a coupon for you is at the end of the video and then also down below. I also grabbed just a few of these little puffy stickers. These are from Felicity Jane, and they have some hexagons in there. So rather than going with more circles or trying to introduce like a star or a heart element, I'm just going to use the hexagons. And so I'm adding 3 of those to each of my clusters. So I've got kind of that mintish pale turquoise color, the pale pink, and then the mustard. And that's basically going to do it for this layout. So I definitely encourage you to find a sketch for something that is a struggle for you or some kind of design element you have a hard time with, and then stay pretty true to that sketch to give you a chance to kind of work with that particular thing. So for me, that's definitely circles, and so I hope that you enjoyed seeing what I did with them today, and I'll see you soon. Bye!